fires all across Gaia and it burns inside me. All I see is confounded diseased bodies, so I pull the trigger till the Glock tip pops. But I also see the rainbow tribes all across the continent, so I stay fighting always. I don't wanna fall, so I stay priceless. No competition could say I'm nicer. Niceness is nescience anyways, I'm far from righteous. Spar with lichens on my side as a daywalker against vampires. Plan night shifts to punish them properly. I stay overworking and overclocking all the time. I'm not a sober person, call it what you wanna call it, I'm a fucking alcoholic. I'm anonymous for the voiceless, just don't confuse me for your delusional voices telling you it's fine to destroy Pachamama, cause it's not your fault. I'm only one person, how much change can I cause? Said 6 billion sick earthlings. Meanwhile we sit watching TV, eating diseased meats and sweet treats, but it's not science fiction. Watch it when you see me, I'm not the Joker you think of. I breathe weed so much you would all die choking and trying, like trying to provoke me. I sink liquor like it's medicine, cause you nitwits don't know it really is. I'm proud to be a drunken master. When you go to sleep each night, I'm writing a new opus that's deeper than those whom you quote as geniuses. A reporter once told Einstein, how does it feel to be the greatest prodigy in the world? He was reported as saying back, I wouldn't know honestly, ask Nikola Tesla. Now can you see this properly and get it? Can you seize all I taught you? I repeat myself often, yes probably. Now how many times do you use words honestly on a daily basis? I am frail and faceless at times, but I'm a titan that brails you papers and hells the changes of ages. Sapient changeling and shapeshifter and natives. I was Kikwaku when I was born, Goraknati when I got my swords. How many men of martial artists do you know can flip those oversized heads in both hands with no training whatsoever and just go with the flow? I'm no hangman to the system. I just know what I know, self-prophecy is destiny. So I know what I've spoken is manifesting, echoing in the halls of the infinite. Your plans festered if you planned against any of us. We are beyond omega level prodigies and Akashic denizens. You do not know who we are in all honesty, I promise you. You have no clue who the mutants are. And when I say beyond omega, you alpha males have no idea. If I clock you in the head in a fraction of a second, I'll fracture your skull and leave you bleeding on the ground, actually dead. And I won't even report you to the coroner or the cops, because it would be a waste of my time. Do you get who I am? I am Legion, we are anonymous. ALF, ARM, Goraknatis. That's word to Akasha and Aditi and all of the goddesses. Every time I've fallen in love, there's all these traumas and lies and a lot more than I could possibly describe. It's all the above, meanwhile I'm all about the love. All this envy and jealousy, people are cheating constantly and beaking nonsense. Why can't a mora be unconditional, to be honest? Have you ever heard of a friend telling you, I've gotta be your best friend and the only one in any of your existences? Really? I wanna know why people say one love, one life, and one God, and one book, but no one talks about how ridiculous this is. In one look at their good book, you can tell they're scripted and written by liars and deceptive idiots and friars that never got within an inch of wisdom or a mile for that matter, really. I feel like the Mad Hatter in the midst of Little Italy in the ghettos when they're laughing and killing Ciganes after their 11th century exile from India. People are eating children still, or even innocent beings of any diaspora and ethnicity. I wanna know why racism and bigotry is still a thing, why they'd wanna kill me as a prince of the Kayas, but I am a survivor and a warrior beyond this. I wanna know why friendships are so fickle and dishonest sometimes that it feels like we're always at war in the confines of our morbidly numb minds. I wanna know why nobody argues about this mass extinction and the greatest genocide in history we're living, but then nobody does anything at all to shift this anyways, and they keep raping and killing on a regular. I wanna know why macho men are still a thing, and some women at times despise me and ridicule me for being so hopelessly involved in wanting to love anyone who loves me back in kind even a little bit. Like being a mythologically hopeless romantic is really a problem. Je veux savoir pourquoi le monde est si immonde, pourquoi y a tant de bombes qui tombent encore. Deseo saber por qué el mundo no es más profundo, porque el mundo entero son como zombies. Deseo saber, je veux savoir. I wanna know so many questions. Goddesses who listen to my songs often tell me if their boyfriend or fiance wrote them a single poem like this one, they'd love them into infinity, but I never seem to find those ones as partners, really. I wanna know why the New World Order still isn't exposed and they call Illuminati's a conspiracy theory. I wanna know why anytime I tell anyone anything, most times people are trying to contradict the problems that I solve with all my scriptures. I wanna know why we're at war with insidious idiots that are decrepit zombies, and everyone accepts a centralized economy of lies and counterfeiters, but we still aren't even close to winning. I wanna know why sinning is inevitable and why nobody questions Siddhartha Gautama anymore, since the questions of Bodhisattva Mahamati, even if he said we should question everything. For so many things that are not that in essence, but I think that the more that I think quickly and complexly, people are thinking I'm sick of this shit, he's so productive. I just wanna know how to fuck with his emotions and cause him some trauma so he can go back to his colonial karma. I wanna know why tomorrow still won't be a quantum shift, but so many called oracles, the talk of this keeps speaking and talking about the secrets of societies that seem to be in league with the same centralized economy. I wanna know why Satya Yuga still isn't a solution to all we're warring with, probably cause we need a Samprajnata Samadhi in our tired consciousness. But Tattvamasya Kasha, my apologies to all of you. I just wanna know all of this. Je veux savoir pourquoi on dit le passé, mais comment est-ce qu'on peut avancer vers le futur si c'est le cas, oui. Deseo saber tantas cosas que no son cosas. Tengo tantas preguntas por el mundo, no sé qué digar exactamente. I just wanna know why so many people are still starving and so many people are still eating like there's no tomorrows. If it's the size of a dragon's, honestly, that's why art shines in the blackness like Anavrin. Primordial darkness of Akasha and Aditya's time travelers of uncharted cosmic precincts. Klazo Kamati for all you've offered me in your rhyme stories and art pieces, in your quantum thesis. Je ne suis pas ce que l'on croyait, we are not wanton beasts, though we are as Gaia and those who walk her regions. Je suis qui croit à Kurahim. I never thought we could find our rhythm together, Robin. We are as hood as those that do not rob them, yet we live in the midst of all of this, from wars to gorgeous fjords and beings that swim within them. We are always far beyond vegan. We do not abide by corporate demons. We stand tall as the forest forgotten. Not many decide to speak of or stand for. We are the bleakness to their damned hordes, and yet I can't wait to see you and join forces. From Sweden to Romani places we hail from in our genes. We roam them like the Tsiganis. We are from dreams of mythological deities to beyond them, from Pleiades to uncharted spaces and even farther.
Lately I've been losing my direction. I know, 'cause I've been trapped inside this heart of mine. Oh, heart of mine. Oh, heart of mine.
We walk in chart temple distortions across space and time, where our hearts are pacing and all but align. I can't wait to kiss you and watch us intertwine, to see you face to face and feel your prana and heartbeat next to my chest in the midst of it all, to feel your awesome lips upon mine in ecstasy, with sassafras and chocolate cess and Toronto and Kensington Market. You remind me a lot of India's divinities since before Dwarpa existed. I am your Vishnu, I was born in this sense and persisted through the storms and tempests with you in this forlorn existence, in the midst of all the warring and killing, genocides and illnesses. It felt like I was losing my direction and compass. All these drugs we did together, it's like we really are Joker and Robin in an opposite sense as non-binary myths. We are transitional complementary metals and gems. You are my better half in many senses, evanescent crescent moon goddess, with better boons than any superstars ever could, and honest. We'll never sever the lines that bond us, black magicians and tantra, from psychic realms and creational pillars to the farthest nebulas.
Lately I've been losing my direction. I know, 'cause I've been trapped inside this heart of mine. Oh, heart of mine. Oh, heart of mine.
With ancient jnana and swords of prajna as kalkins, we chop up lecherous men often in dreamscapes, and what seems fake to them are the realest of any mentions. When we tense up, we quickly decompress with liquors and sacred medicines. We are native and indigenous veterans in respects they've offered us many times. In retrospect, I wish I could have offered you my heart in many lives before this and in this one also, so I could have prevented the war inside our mentals and conscience. We would have been in forms far more transcendental, but here we are, and the answers of bland men tempting us with damn sins will never tempt us in any form. We recant them all and dead them as quickly and swiftly as the winds of twisters that rip the wicked apart limb by limb. We are as cane corsos and pit bulls in the midst of pits full of decrepit zombies, yet all we see in the distance is better times for all of us. So we'll win this with Shiva and Kali, calmly and effortless, I promise this. Unraveling uncharted galaxies and writs and scriptures of oral traditions and formless instruments of bornless wisdom that aligns like stars born from within us.
Lately I've been losing my direction. I know, 'cause I've been trapped inside this heart of mine. Oh, heart of mine. Oh, heart of mine. Heart of mine. Mine.
find the true me to love me, so you could finally truly see I'm not duly above you. That's not who we are not movie stars. You are of a beauty cosmic, moody but timeless. You moved me oracles, but I had to prove you wrong and keep writing beautiful songs for you and beyond this. If I had been like a Buddha, I would have been gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha. Gone to the farthest yonder. You shine like the moon and stars. I was obviously blinded. I couldn't see how all of this time you just wanted more than I could possibly offer you. How could I possibly scoff at you or proffer you scores of offerings? I could barely afford the jewels and the diamonds, but who cares, I still duly tried. Duty divine was being in union with you intertwined. I thought that your beauteous body was more than I could view in mind, or even construe and honest. You were all supermodels to me, I was imbued with falsehoods.
We'd always go into it blindly. I needed to lose you to find me. This answer was killing me softly. I needed to hate you to love me. To love me. I needed to lose you to love me. To I needed to lose you to love me.
How could I not truly honor you? The truth is though, I was always trying more than you could possibly mind. Yes, I wrote you so many psalms and proffered you jewels that even the most holy omens couldn't have possibly refused. Carved you dolmens of Prajna and olden quarries. I was a golden child like Tutankhamun. You couldn't see me though like Tupac Amaru, so I needed to lose you to love me. You were killing me too kindly, moodily, softly like Lauren with your beautiful songs of sirens. Your voices were like the softest springs of lofty waters. I was coasting on oceans of solace when we were in union and tantra. You always told me I was the most beautiful partner and the best one you could have ever thought of. I don't even think you were truly lying, so I breathed this ink for you to find it. I couldn't hate you, I wouldn't need to try, though I'd hate to. I was a horror movie compared to you when I all but watched you. You made me bleed like the goon that I was, but I needed to lose you to find me.
Would you die for me?
Yes.
That's too easy. Would you live for me?
You don't know us. Our veins are the coldest inside us. We have frosty rain as water in our bodies. Glacier born.
Everything around me is cold. Follow you wherever you go. Broken by your love every time.
soulful odes and spirits that confound the realest of grown men. I am the real Joker Robin. I know we'll go to lots of places to rob men and choke them. We are anti-heroes and underdogs, not supervillains. We talk shit to their sorry faces and clock some racists till they're sorely facing charges. We'll break their fucking bones like those of gory Nazis. We don't need the police of Gotham. We just need our love and solace in our hymn. Bodies covered in runes and symbols, tattooed tears across our scars and sadness. The winter frost left us with splintered souls sometimes, but our hearts are as warm as Anna Vryn's blood and consciousness. Chalk them up and leave them frostbitten and dropping dead in the lower bardos, till we find them there and chop them like bone meal, then grow some tobacco on them with their leftovers once we grind them. Pass me a spliff of hashish and a fifth of liquor, please. Let's twist their asses, extort them, and make them shit themselves in horror once they realize who we are in all of this.
Everything around me is cold. Follow you wherever you go. Broken by your love every time. Tell me how you're letting me go.
Je devrais te dire à quel point je t'aime en fait en cœur et en conscience, oui. Mais quand je pense c'est beaucoup plus complexe. Amari no kokora, we'll reach nirvana and go beyond it. We will not go insane or blow our brains out. We'll be there in the cosmos with Kurt Cobain, with cold veins of cobalt and no cocaine in our bodies. We are survivors and cold trainers. Chemicals and poisons, we know them by their names like we were pharmacists and doctors. But fuck all their psychiatrists of lies. I'll watch them die quicker, grow old and wrinkled, twitching in their soulless conscience. We'll go to Nicaragua for some mambe one day and go see the Winana and Olden Forest. But meanwhile we're lost in cold metropolises, oftentimes with noble goals to topple their conglomerates for the golden age to grow and flourish. No sé qué se pasa en el mundo entero. El mundo y el pueblo son enteros como zombies. Tú sabes, Rahim, la vida es complicada y la muerte es magnífica. Como ti cuando te veo en mis ojos mirificas. Tú es mi cancha y mi agua sagrada mágica. Tú es el dios y el dios que los enemigos no conocen.
Everything around me is cold. Follow you wherever you go. Broken by your love every time. Tell me how you're letting me go. Circles and cycles and seasons. For everything there's always reason, but it's never good. Never turns out as it should. No one ever held you. No single moment of truth. But if you were mine, I would looked into those eyes and said,
Cycles and seasons go by. I might go through reasons my soul cries when I write you those gleanings. You know why I won't spite you or believe you, no way. I'd like to know the meaning of your old ways though. Why did you so lie? I'd like to know the reasons, but I won't ask. It's too complex and too simple, yo, I get it. I bomb text and you sit there with no credit, no contest. I won't lie, and your political correctness is so boring, so predictable and pathetic. No sorries, I won't miss you in any senses, really. No edits, no worries. I wish you a lot better, but you probably won't get it. Statistically, who else could have written you 40 tracks and 3 albums in less than a few weeks? It's so weak that you couldn't even catch up to a single one when you'd speak. Meanwhile, you were there 24/7, but when it came time to show love, all you said was more lies. This is not for anyone else than for whom the shoe fits, so walk it in truth, yeah. I'll stay with my bare feet in rare wisdom. Remember the next time you think to trick a whiz kid in a street prince. Remember, I'll stay discreet, yes, no names. Read the prints, read in between the lines, there's no blame. I breathe underneath the waters, you'd sink me in like a free fish. Meanwhile, you were cheating and calling me the slut. I'm a Wolverine in bed, and in streets I'm a glutton. I'd eat you up without thinking of why you'd breathe me things to backstab me with deep subliminals.
circles and cycles and seasons. For everything there's always reason, but it's never good. never turns out as it should. No one ever held you. No single moment of truth. But if you were mine, I would look into those eyes and said,
you were never subtle, sweetheart. I've seen your rebuttals. Thanks for copying my whole collection. And for those 3 weeks and beyond it where you pretended to give me all your affections. You're not the first time that I lived this, but I hope you'll be the last, so witness. I know I smoked a lot of hash and I was drinking like a fish or a captain. I am that, yes, but what happened? I was ready to spend the rest of my existence with you, actually. I offered you all the gems that were worth millions, beyond men with their villainies and false diamonds, the rarest in the world. Imagine giving a 1,000,000-carat heart of rainbow obsidian onyx to a twin soul who turned out to be such a stranger. So strange, though it's not about you, goddess, but I'd blame you for losing it, and honest, I am an archangel. I was living under poverty level and I manifested all kinds of miracles regardless. So I'll hasten in tomorrows to find a better partner. I'm sorry, Poison Ivy and White Widow. I hope you rot in jail for trafficking tons of crystal meth across the continents when I offered you so much bliss instead. A 300-carat raw ruby necklace and the same in emeralds, tanzanite and diamonds for your ring. You lost all of it while you were lying to all your friends. I'm glad I met you, Silver Fox, and all the rest of you. I won't forget all the ones that were better gems to me than anything I've given them. Harley Quinn, I forgive you for all you've done, but it's a complicated life I've lived. I hope the next oracle I'm with will be as priceless as wisdom.
Huh? What was that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices. I'm kidding. Jeez. That's not what they said.
Superheroes and villains in Marvel and Dark Horse Comics. In all honest, I'm not sure. We are mutants beyond Omega level and super consciousness. Ellos no saben, pero te conozco, Robin. I already found Psyche and Nighthawk. They were star-crossed lovers. His younger brother was the Punisher. They murdered him a month ago in gang wars in Amisquaswaski Hakan. So he's watching over all of us now in quantum tomorrows. Doctor Strange was also there when I was giving conferences. He had a double doctorate in occult theosophy. You know Logan already. He's living near the Rocky Mountains in the islands in Kanata. Silver Fox been listening to my hip-hop for a while now. Her birth name is Kay and she's unearthly to watch as a native hypnotherapist by profession. We talk every other day and she's coming to visit soon, but she's no longer working for Hydra. Professor X was my father in another dimension as well as in this one. He grew up living in an igloo hunting and fishing with Inuits. Ancestors were Holocaust survivors on both sides. She's Joan of Arc and Romeo de la Costa's offspring. My other grandmother is Baba Yaga. We are Tsigane since before the dawn of linear time, and we are all matriarchal. Bliss's siren is an ascended master from Hawaii in the diaspora. Her husband is a Kalkin. I met Cable too. He's a paramilitary trained rapper from South Africa and a time traveler. There's a lot more that'll have to call, but we always remember this is an endless war until we end it forever and find our harmony and equilibrium. So Tuknang is the man of steel from the Hopi prophecies. He's African and Lakota Sioux, and he taught me a lot more than I could describe in songs. Lex Starwin of the Lost Children of Babylon is Bishop. I could go on for ages, and believe me, this is far from cosplay or science fiction.
Bodies left in cold.
in Harley Quinn more than once and Poison Ivy too. I wrote them all so many odes you wouldn't believe who all of us are if I told you I'm an Avenger that's in the thick of it in the midst of the Fourth Reich of Israeli Zionists causing a mass extinction and the greatest genocide in history. That's what they call animal ag, but you all get this. Just that a lot of you zombified idiots decided to eat children's flesh for pleasure and byproducts. You're all gonna die diseased and marred, then rot in the midst of the earth, or freeze to death in the breezes of winds in an atomic winter if you keep going on with these World War Z's that none of us ever wanted. So watch your nutrition like Rastas and stop calling goddesses bitches and belittling names. We are LGBTQIA twist plus. We are the rainbow tribes, you flaccid dicks. Now class dismissed for all you acid pricks that couldn't grasp this shit. Let's get to the next chapter quick. Let's get to the next chapter quick. I am the Joker incarnate, you're the doped up rosters that gloat nonsense, then choke from the garbage you spoke often and bought too. Then you croak in horror like your swamp food, you bloated fucks. I see your moldy auras while I toke on ganja and smoke some hashish. I proposed to Harley a long time ago and wrote her songs to honor her. You don't know my karma, she spoke and taught me a whole lot of marvels like the Avengers. She was also Padma in form and existence. I'm not joking, I'll promise this. She's gone now to another cosmic density, cause no one honored her properly except for me in that society. Those were her last words spoken for me. No joke, her ghost was beyond samsara, so now she's a golden goddess. You don't know me and honest, I robbed the banks for all I could on credit cards like dead prez and hell yeah, and told them nah sorry, I'm not paying you back at all. You know you're all just soulless fucks. The guy told me on the phone, I know it's true. If this convo wasn't being recorded, I'd tell you I agree and I promise we won't call you back or bother you. I said it's okay though, I know it's not your fault. I told the next one who decided to call that I was living so poorly. I couldn't even afford a pair of shoes and had to walk in winter storms in the subarctic in the coldest metropolis of all the globe. While I was dumpster diving for food that I would chomp in the frozen cold sometimes. Those are all true stories. Now do you know who I am? I'll give you a couple clues and guesses. I'm bipolar 2 and schizoaffective, but I've got multiple split personas on both sides like bodhisattvas and kalis. 11 is my life path in numerology in this colonial society, but 22 is my indigenous form, and 33 is Kemetic from Tara and Guanyin to Mama Africa like my origins. I am a Tsigane Ashut. They tortured me and poisoned me often and genocided a lot of my ancestors in the Second War of the Worlds with the Nazis. Now we're in the Fourth Reich of the Zionists and this is end times. My pen lines will slaughter you like pen time with convicts that'll deaden off you quickly with your sick thoughts while I just laugh and watch the blood drip drip from your sickly bodies. You'll get shivved quick. I am but an apprentice as a Goragnati, but I'm a veteran as an OG in wars. Do you copy? Oh, you thought you could flow these rhymes that you know me nada. Sober up please liars. I ghost you like Naga, Holokia and Scorpions mixed together with Reaper Pepper. That's what I eat when I seem bored and I need spice to breathe better. Harley Quinn mixed up a lot of farmers with liquor when she wanted some heat inside her. She could drink a Mickey of Everclear straight and walk home to safety and solace. That's 95% spirits, just a sip and you die quicker and swifter than strychnine. But I had that too. I got mad tattoos from her all over my body. Revolt Motion Records and Kane Corso, Sadu Militia and Sadvi, Sistra and Bratva on my legs for when I get to the level of kickboxers. Jnana and Prajna as well, that's knowledge and wisdom. Abolish the systems, all of you. Sunyata and Atmana with Satya, Padma and Guanyin. Watch me on my arms like the moon goddess of plague oracles. Empty-handed warriors as well as the symbol for the Avengers in an anarcho-communist logo I designed with poison ivy. ALF ARM Goraknat. A water bear and a squid with kikwaku for protection. Then a black hole sun on the back of my neck, yes. With double tattooed tears on the face next to Tesla. Etching peace on my left cheek in kanji. Untorn on my fists with broken metacarps from boxing. You idiots and toxically ridiculous, godless and senseless corporate gimmicks. I told you a lot. Off yourselves while you still can. You have no idea what you'd avoid and honest. And what you can't understand properly is how I can just kill a man. I slaughter and speak truth, you can't underhand me. I drop you to precincts and the bottoms of evils. You rot with your sorrowful speeches. You won't bore me to death if you talk I'm immortal, seize this. But I'll clock you shamanically like shit you got high on too often. I'm not divine nor a monster. I'm the Joker in the flesh like Heath Ledger incarnate. You got this?
Got nothing left to lose. Nothing can hurt me anymore. My life is nothing but a comedy.
What a joke! You think my life is a joke? Cause I'm living in strife and I'm broke. I live in the midst of the mountains and woods and puff on good smoke. But you would huff and you'd choke if you lived what I did. I got rivers nearby for your bodies. I'll show you what a joker is. You'd count your luck if you could, I promise this. I am anonymous for the voiceless, for the hoods, for the choiceless, for the hoodlums, the totems, for the good ones, for the oracles and omens. I am Damien to this industry. Ask DMX in a dream if you don't remember this. I'll rip out your spleen and dismember you. Sorry I got distracted for half a second. Now do you remember me? I laugh at Batman and police. They're very polite with me, you see. Do you seize this? Jesus. Nah, it's Yeshua ben Miriam. Don't take his name in vain or I'll maim and eviscerate you gently. I flip centaurs for a reason and I don't paint my face. It's covered in tattoos. Miss me or hate me, I got so many rap crews. You'd think I was a whole label when I rap too. Oh wait, I am Revolt Motion Records, Kane Corso and Warrior type wizards, Synesthesia and Catharsis Movement, Atlantis Army too, Rasta Farsi, Ahimsa Hip Hop, Sadhu Militia and Sadvi, Plague Monks, Nuns and Oracles. I play skunk so much sometimes they call me Buddha in the flesh. Who's the best? Not me. I'm just a bit prolific, do you copy? 333 albums you couldn't copy, you got this? And I'm not talking mixtapes. I'll twist you sick fucks up and get some grip tape to shut you the fuck up. Now duck quick while I flip some shotgun machetes drunken in crane pose. And I freestyle in front of nurses that are smiling cause I'm bare chested. They locked me up for a reason, for a week for that shit. I'm really lucky, body covered in tats. You better duck down like records when I get my AR&M collection. I'm really into numerology and I get very specific, I don't skip one. I love numbers and I get shit done quickly. I don't slumber. Now I'm up in the midst of the noche just to get ready to go see my psychiatrist tomorrow. They switch them up lots, cause they get shell-shocked often when I tell them I'll see you in hells for what you did to everyone. Murder one for every injection, and I won't be your devil's advocate. They're very respectful when I tell them this. Then they get me injected and script up a different report than what I tell them. They've called me delusional often. They called my body a weapon and say I'm Tibetan cause of the scripts on my chest. They say my nutrition's pathetic cause I drink like a fish. But I get their permission to spliff some hashish. I told them it's not a drug, do you grasp this? It's a medicine, it helps to better my mental. My social workers picked me up last week and got me a bottle of cinnamon whiskey in a WRX. Now that's what I call bottle service. I told them often don't come to my lodge in the spring or summer. You'd squash some insects and your karma would be horrible, but they wouldn't listen. Too bad, I'm sorry I can't help them in tomorrows. I'll be too glad to watch them rot in the hells that they fostered with those pills and pharmacists that are all hard drug dealers. Do you remember me now? I'm the Joker, motherfuckers. I'm I'm a little bit angry, I'm bipolar and schizoaffective type 2. That means it's not that serious. I'm a little bit delirious sometimes. I swear those injection side effects are very extensive. There's a whole list. If you start reading them, you might start twitching quick and having all kinds of problems like sudden death syndrome.
I think there's a big difference between comedy and film.
They wanted to put me in a straitjacket once, locked me up in a padded room for what seemed like days or months depending. They tried to put me on ECT too, electroshock therapy they call it, I think. Very therapeutic. We'll try it on the psychiatrist that dared to use it, especially on youth. I've been so fucked up from the forced chemical drugs they injected into me that I twitched on the floor and gasped for breath while they smiled and laughed and said, "Are you okay? Do you need some help?" I said, "No, I'm fine." Splashed some water on my face, then I walked back inside the injection room with 6 straps on the cot I slept on, where I had lots of visions of dead martyrs that were raped and slaughtered by them. One attendant told me to take my pants off. I said, "That's sexual abuse. Get the fuck up off me. I'll drop them at the bulletproof door when I switch into your hospital gown." You would not believe what they do in there. Why do you think I prefer high security pen time to this? I've been forced lies and pills for so long, but I never forgot what the truth is. They have distorted mirrors in there to make you feel ugly and useless. They drug you so much that you're sluggish and stupid, like you're in a drunken stupor in disbelief of all that they do. So those that do that, who don't comply, get more injections, and they call you violent if you refuse them. Check this, then they doubled up the dose. I hopped up after 800 milligrams in double arms and shadow boxed the room when they thought or assumed I'd die. So they injected me again 5 times that week as they strapped me down with 6 cops and guards. One told me after that it's just normal. He called it business as usual. I told him no, but I'll take the karma, no problem. You too. They knew too that on my psychiatrist's record it said discontinued use of that poison, cause 10 milligrams a day caused major side effects, including 1 out of 120 that's called sudden death syndrome. Yes, 7 coffees a day and mostly fruits and veggies with no polluted water. That's how I survived, and that's the truest shit. And that's just one of the times I was locked up. There's been more than 50 in my life, if you're wondering, any of you. I'm still getting those forced injections. As I spit this, I'm like an insect with wings, whipping the farmers with acidic wisdom. I resisted all of their shit, including a pill laced with cyanide and some blue tofu they fed me, so I could barely breathe. But I practiced cobra breath, so I just cleared my lungs and aired myself. All this shit that I talk of sounds crazy to death, but I promise you I scare myself sometimes when I think of what I do to them. It's just illegal in this society, so I just write beautiful hymns instead. Now please do your duties and listen close. You clueless zombies have no idea if you're force feeding your so-called kids meat and drugs. You disease puppets will bleed to death one day, I swear. These thugs in the industry need a metered message, so here it is. Believe this shit, cause I've been cleared since birth to do this. Mira, get it? Mira. Paranoid thoughts, I got lots of them to share with you. We're living the end of times, it's scary, true. I know I could be a lot worse off than spending fed time on high security. They already got me on that. I got out in 3 months instead of 3 years cause of phone calls from across the globe, from artists and scholars, from non-profits and grassroots organizations. They dropped the charges. Some soulless, brainless cop tried to frame me for trying to off him with a machete. He called it a sword later. Old bigot, go figure. I off you haters. I wasn't even worried when some meth head in for double homicide tried to clock me to death in the head and temples while I was enjoying my breakfast. My problem is I'm worried about the new world order locking me up in psych ward wards and long-term asylums sometimes. I'm not worried about the rest of it, really. Not mine's is the issue. Some lie to officials, I do it too, so I get it. Depends who's who. Do you get this? It's worrisome to think of acid rains and heavy metals or fluoride and chemicals in the water, especially in those wards are getting poisoned with chlorine or 600 other chemicals like cigarettes, or injected to death just to be John Doe and toe tag. But no, I'm at that too and I'm beyond it. Yes, mad tattoos on my body, but I'll get a lot more from the Yakuza and triads one day. Maybe one for the matriarchal mafia too. That's part of my Tsigane roots. I just wish this world was not just clueless politicians and foolishly odd simians in a ghoulish gulag of an industry. I'm different when I'm a goddess, I promise you. I'm a hashish spit assassin that slaughters more and tortures less. No time to last when I toss you in a cosmic rift. No quasars are left at the opposite spectrum. I'll hop in one day and it bothers me to think of all that I'll have to slay in a quark split. You're all soft as shit to me as men. There's a few possibly gifted exceptions like Intikana and the Rainbow Tribes, but don't think I'm worried about your false angels and dogmas. You are not my kin. I flow darker than the darkness is. Akasha offered me this gift so I could talk some sense into you Martian macho men that are so far from martial artists that I'd call it zen to pop your heads out of your collars like Mortal Kombat did it. I grew up with this and a prophet is telling me I had to be cautious as a kid and excel at all that I did, cause in this society of lies they'll all be bigoted against me. Itchy trigger fingers don't tempt me to flip machetes. I sleep with them next to me in yogic positions with one eye open when there's no injections or chemicals inside me. Do you get what I can provide you with? Spring water, a lot of shamanic medicines and harmony depending on who you are and your friends too. I'm tense too when I ponder the kids tortured across the globe, but get this, you'll all suffer in immortal voids for anything you do to them. This is a cleverly penned voodoo hymn, black magic like an African shamanist that grasps the tragedy befalls all those who even try to toy or talk shit to the lost children of Babylon. They are the true Wu-Tang Clan to me. Don't anger me, I could do you as quick as I chop vegetables with a cold steel katana, effortless as noodle dripping on a blade of grass that's full of DMT for the herds of cows chanting Om while they meditate in peace, unknowing of what their horrid fates are because of all you fake stars that couldn't talk of this in the industry. Now stray farther than cosmic nebulas and walk the trek. Don't pretend to be walking. Walk the trek. Stop talking and walk it.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
If you want order in Gotham, Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in.
Criminals in this town used to believe in things. Honor, respect. Look at you. What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm an agent of chaos. Oh, and you know the thing about chaos? It's fear.
I'm a man of my word.
Why so serious? Why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face.
The only sensible way to live in this world is without rules.
And tonight you're gonna break your one rule. And here we go. Introduce a little anarchy. Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos.
Come on. I don't want to kill you.
Got me! Look at you go! No, you complete me.
I think you and I
are destined to do this forever. Now I see the funny side. Now I'm always smiling.
I'm an agent of chaos in essence. I have a lot of anger inside me against the system. Hostility like Yisvet and Mott against their opposition of lies and deception. I am an anarchic dissident of bankers and politicians, all their imposter minions. Improper doctrines and dogmas of religions that are fogging up our conscience como cocaína de hombres blancos de Estados Unidos, pero no están tan unidos. Ovikija, momonija, entonces y mi hisuja. I oversee and transmute them in a transitional sense like the Venus Project. Turn them into something beautiful like flora and fauna, or mulch their bodies like minerals in Pachamama. You insidious and deceptive wretches and idiots, I promise we will get you God as quickly as you cannot fathom. This anger I have within me, it's like winds whipping you strangely till you're strangled in the frost of my consciousness. As a Makara offspring, Tatvamasi, I'll send you all to Akasha, that's the primordial goddess. I told you all I'm not the joker you thought of. If I paint my face, it's cause it's war. I'm an ancient native and Métis oracle. Soy mestizo hermano, soy de la gente junta intergaláctica de mutantes del libro de vida y de muerte. Soy iberiano, soy tzigane. I am as diasporic as they come in my gender, more or less. I'm an avenger from the 19 tribes, and I'm proud to be an Ashut. From my Indian beginnings to my limitless endings as Sunya Morikawa. Who else could do what I do as Kalkidasha? Or drop this much music this quickly? You go against me, you'll lose your shit. Es una promesa sagrada. Soy ambesa, mira clara, como mi conciencia. I'm akin to El Diablo. We used to go fish in the forbidden forest millions of years ago to eat fishes carnivorous that were the size of giants and so toxic in their flesh that you would die from the poisoning from just a bit of it. Recuérdate, brethren, if you talk shit even a single time, you are not my kindred, not my kind. I'm beyond Omega level. Ask Kardashev where my mental is on his scale presently. Even with all these chemicals they forced as injections upon me, I am legion, you zombies. You're seething and eating toxic shit that's destroying your systems and organs. You age so quickly I forgot who you were often. I age backwards on a daily and still look gorgeous, cause my inward blessings and spring water from my lodge. I've been here as an indigenous form of sentience as Kikwaku and Kwekajuk since the 7 generations beginning. Now we're in the time of the final oracles. This is shamanic existence reforming. We are endless and infinite forms of superconscience. This is the 8th inning. You're all fated and slated for death and resurrection if you're horrid men that are machos. If I slay you, it's a great honor. Remember, 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 remember. I am an agent of chaos.
Friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse.
Welcome to a world where children get treated like animals, locked away in toxic cages. The education system isn't educating kids, they're just brainwashing them with thoughts of sins. It's just like religion is doing to the youth, but none of them are fooling them from wisdom and truth. We view it all as misfits and watch what we get into. And after all this ends, please don't forget.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse.
We don't deal with normal humans very well. They
They say us mutants have a certain smell. We have trust issues with the system. Politicians, we can smell their intentions. We always know who's been listening to you. We're all some weird mutants, gifted with the truth. We're not scared of shooting when it's the revolution. And after all this ends, please don't forget.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, wait for them to ask you who you
Couple of rules, though. No cursing, no off-color material. We do a clean show, okay? Mm-hmm. You go on right after Dr. Sally.
I love Dr. Sally.
Good. Well, someone will come and get you, okay? Perfect. Good luck.
Thanks, Murray. Good. Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker? Joker.
Welcome to my comedy show. I got some new material for you. I didn't exactly keep it clean though, you know? So my apologies in advance to all of you. My whole life is like a comedy show full of actors and motherfuckers. Sometimes I wanna laugh at you motherfuckers, but I'm the Joker, so I don't act. I just discover the cracks in you motherfuckers. Then I grab you and stab you up motherfuckers for what you did to sad mothers and other lovers. I just want to entrap you and then I'll smother you with laughter that's utterly gutter. I'm the #1 suspect in your Gotham cities and metropolises and subarctic winters. I've walked them extensively with winds whipping frosty as hells that are Tibetan, next to a lot of women and wanderers in the midst of nothingness, while we authored miracles, those that are time travelers and walkers of other densities. I'd try a couple jokes on you motherfuckers, but I ran out of them the first time I ever tried to be funny, so I don't smile often anymore motherfuckers. You wouldn't recognize me as such. I just look like a mix between Deadshot and El Diablo in the body of an MMA motherfucker that's got lots of machetes in his Arctic lodge. It's like a concrete jungle. Sometimes it makes me wonder why I don't off you motherfuckers more often. Really, I cough a lot from liquor and mapacho tobacco. Then I smoke some more hashish and ganja and toss you motherfuckers in the pits of zombies who deserve or in voided purgatories like false Christians or Islamic motherfuckers that think that they're meant to have 11 wives. That's called rape and slavery, motherfucker. We live in Kanata, we're native here, motherfucker. We grave you motherfuckers. We don't applaud your cultural diversity that should be graved and buried. We should snuff you like you did to those slaves you used to traffic very often, motherfuckers. You think we don't remember your histories? You knavish motherfuckers. Allahu Akbar, you say, but your God is not the greatest, motherfuckers. We slay you and say back, Allah Tuabha. The goddess is the greatest, and I promise you'll discover this in your graves, you motherfuckers.
I took your little plan and I turned it on itself. Look what I did to this city with a few drums of gas and a couple of bullets. You know what I noticed? Nobody panics when things go according to plan. Even if the plan is horrifying. If tomorrow I tell the press that like a gangbanger will get shot, or a truckload of soldiers will be blowing up, nobody panics. Because it's all part of the plan. But when I say that one little old mare will die, well, then everyone loses their minds.
I don't fire the spliff, it's the spliff that fires my synapses. You're a stiff for hire, spin it backwards, I'm high and you're a stiff. A walking dead man, I'm a dead man walking. So walk with the plan, but plan the walk first. You curse and talk, I talk in cursive. I'm discursive, you curse and diss. You twist verses, I make verses twist. Your shit's hurting cause I hurt your shit. You like Mike fighting, I fight you with mics. I might frighten you, I frighten with might. Like fighting with Mike. You like what I write what I like. I like writing you, I'm not biting you, you're biting me. United thieves, I'm a thief in the night. You back the right, and I'm right back at you with left. You go left, back, right. You're a black and white supremacist. I'm a white black supremacist. You wish you had a nemesis. My nemesis have wishes for you, you has-beens. I've been hash in a past life. I blast hashish, you hashtag, and grab guns. I got blast and hash you up while I sung bars. Your lungs SARS, I rascast you like game. You're crisscross, ass backwards, that's game. I'm a sass backward with ganja, your third eye blind. I'm in the back of the woods and blast you with Ajna and Agni. My first eye's blinding. I verse you false prophets, that's word to your mama like Tupac Amaru Shakur. You verse me, I'm non-profit. My modernist word isn't yours. Like two cops drop, you're clueless. Amari no Kokora, cop this, I'll drop you less clues. Let's do this, you do less. You dudes are jesters, choking on your rudeness. Soy sin duda while you jest, I'm the rudest joker, get this. You test me in spring, I off you. I'm an offspring of Tesla. This gets confusing, I get it. I'm fusing you cons with it jesters like Ritz from Stefan. King get me, I'm Kong like Viet, you contest. I'm morph into a form of Nephthys in future tomorrows. Your future is speculative, borrowed from false fictional science. I'm science fiction to your falsehoods. You're not hood at all, and we're not at all good. I'm good at all that and a lot more. I'm more than your lots of gas cars. Your scrapyard lots that are gassed up, that won't work. You lack substance, nada. My stance is sub-zero, I clap you false atoms. Pros want to brand you, see the light. I'm Brandon Lee on the mic with iron palms. Iron mic you up psalms, while you palm iron to Suge Knight me. You calm tyrants, I'm a hood heist, see, I'm not buying this.
Get us out of here. Let's go. Listen, we need backup. We've got company.
We've got trouble, guys.
Lock and load! The hell was that?
For that, right?
He's gonna need something a lot bigger to get through this.
What is that? What is that, a bazooka?
I didn't sign up for this!
Harvey Dent. Oh, excuse me. I want to drive.
Call for backup quick, we're back up in this with the whole Suicide Squad. Harley Quinn's at the head, you actors are dead. Even the SWAT teams are scared of us beyond Omega levels. Yes, El Diablo, hermano, let's torch up their shit. Their false schools and their churches, make sure the kids aren't in them though. All these corrupted fools that molest them like priests and teachers should burn inside them, yeah. Lock them up and spark it, then watch them scream and rot with the demons in hells. Wrap the ashes and toss the urns to Kali. You see what we started? Hell, they ought to learn who we are. I'm back in town for a bit. I light up with Hydra and the evil League of Mutants. Magneto was right all along. We had to gas the Nazis. The governments were wrong and corrupted. Too much bad gas they were passing, like Lee Reed said it, so fuck them. Too many profits from NASDAQ and puppet conglomerates. Exxon and British Petroleum. The Middle East shouldn't be controlling anyone. Look at Ayatollah Khomeini and Islam in Iran. I declare fatwa upon him as a Sufi joker. Same for Netanyahu. Israel is Palestinian. Let's get rid of all those horrid, corrupted politicians and no names behind them. That's the Illuminatus. Death sentence on the 13 family heads of the world bankers. Fatwa on Pope Benedict for kissing the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. Let's blow them all up and keep all the dope that they got us hooked on. Kill some bigoted cops in the process. I'll breathe some omens and have them all screaming and hooked on my seamless phonemes. I pray thee, Guanyin, have no compassion for these greedy, soulless clones. They don't deserve it. Then let's go home and have a massive party and some murders. After a couple tons of ganja and bottles of rum and vodka. You heard it from the Joker. I said it, I meant it. Don't send in the feds. You'll see what you get if you try to put me back in prison or in that straitjacket. Yes, it'll give me more cred in the ghettos. Now give me that shit like Operation Pegasus and Razorback, yes. We'll slash you with blades so you drop dead. Then trash the garbage and meth and keep the actual proper medicines for the peoples that are starving, like veterans in the streets. Gotham is dying cause Batman was a trash scam, multi-billionaire asshole. That's factual, even the actors get what I'm getting at, yo. Now give me that dough! Get it!